It's day 8, I haven't got much to report. And today we had a basketball semi-final, so instead of going for a run, I decided to play in that and substitute the fitness. We were down by a point with about 6 seconds left and I turned the ball over, so I felt better. But other than that, nothing to report, business as usual, challenge is going ahead. It's day 9. I've just obviously gotten back from a run, and I've got some bad news. It was unexpectedly hot today, and I stupidly decided to run at about 12 o'clock, which is probably the hottest time of the day to run. And while I was running, I genuinely felt like I was going to collapse. I hadn't had any water yet, and I was starting to see stars, so I decided to cut it short just a bit after 4 kilometers. Now I hope people don't see that as me forfeiting the challenge in any way. I still want to try and finish this off, but I feel like at some points you've got to make judgment calls. And if you collapse at some point or tear a muscle, you're not going to be able to finish the rest of the challenge. So I promise it wasn't the cop-out it sounds like it was, and I personally felt like I had to stop. Hopefully I've learned my lesson and I don't run at the hottest time of the day anymore. But yeah, otherwise it's going quite well. There's not much more to talk about. In the early stages I had a lot on my mind and a lot to say about the challenge and people's reactions to it, but there's not exactly 30 days of vlogging material in a pretty straightforward running challenge. I'll continue to do a video log like this every day, but I can't promise amazing content and really interesting stuff to come. There's only so much stuff to talk about, and there's only so many times that I'm willing to go to a public park and video myself running. But yeah, that's day 9. I know what you're thinking, am I a little overdressed for a vlog? The answer is yes, but it's day 11, and day 11 is special. No, it's not. I've just returned from a ball. It's currently 11 o'clock at night. I'm fairly intoxicated, and it's quite possible that I'm on the verge of a significant mental breakdown. And those of you who are watching this just to see someone run 5 kilometers every day are getting more than you bargained for. But I saw something recently that I thought was fantastic, but I can't take credit for, that likened the seasons to our emotions. You know that feeling when it's 40 degrees outside, everything's hot and sticky, and you walk into shops just to feel the air conditioning? In those moments, I can't even remember what cold feels like. I seriously doubt in my mind that I've ever been in a position where I needed to put more clothes on and rug up. And yet in the dead of winter, it's the complete opposite. I sit there in 4 layers, rugged up in bed with the heater on, and I can't even remember what warm feels like. And this post I saw compared that phenomenon to happy and sad. And I don't know about you, but when I'm happy and things are generally fantastic, I always think to myself how ridiculous it is that I've ever felt sad before. In that mindset, everything is great and there's no way to imagine what it would be like if it wasn't. But if you look at a low point, it's the exact same thing. When you're at a low point, or at least when I'm at a low point, the idea of happiness seems elusive and out of reach. It feels like things will never get better and that you're destined to be miserable for all eternity. Which I think explains why people decide to take their own lives. If you get to a point where being alive is excruciatingly painful and it feels like things are never going to get better, you can almost understand the plight to stop that pain, in a way that feels like the only way out. But, just like the seasons, it will get hot again and you will be happy again. I don't expect my 11th vlog with 35 views to change anyone's life. This is just the inappropriate venting of someone who's a little bit tipsy and going through a low point. But the seasons change. I had written off today completely, saying I had too much on, it was too hot to run in the middle of the day, and I had almost committed to giving up on the challenge. But after getting sick of pretending to have a good time and leaving the ball early, I'm gonna go for a run now. So this is day 11. Yesterday I could not run, there was absolutely no way it was happening. My legs felt the kind of sore that isn't like a bit fatigued. It feels like something's wrong. So I didn't want to push that and jeopardize the rest of the challenge, so I decided to take 1 day off, and I figured that 1 day off every 10 days is not so bad. And those of you who are going to pull me up and say it's not the 30-day challenge, it's the 28-day, you can go fuck yourself. Thank you and good night.